This week is our holiday gift week. We are making up baskets of goodies for our extended family, and I'm trying to do my best to let the kids run the show and make everything for everyone so that they can really feel like their efforts are making a difference this Christmas season. If this is your first time here, my name is Alina, and I'm a mother of 4 with a 5th on the way. I'm a homemaker, homeschooler, writer, artist, and musician, and I spend most of my days looking for ways to enjoy the seasons with my kids. This week we began filling little jars with ingredients for hot cocoa. I probably should have planned ahead and avoided having my youngest measure out the cocoa because he ended up so messy, but you live and learn. We read our Wondergarten story about giving gifts and then jumped into our second activity, which was doing a coloring page that involved a mug of hot cocoa. One of these days, I may feel less distracted and actually sit down and finish a coloring page, but that day was not today. It is always fun to see the pictures that my kids choose, as well as the colors that call out to them while they're exploring their creative boundaries. Most of this coloring was for my benefit because I needed some time to prepare a lot of other ingredients for the rest of the week. Oh, what did I have to prepare? Homemade marshmallows, which I had never done before. It was actually really easy. Salt dough, which was pretty basic, and dough for thumbprint cookies, which I had also never done before. Sometimes it's nice to involve the kids in every step, but other times it's nice to just rush through a step so that they can do the fun stuff at the end. I am curious about some of the mass-produced homemade gifts that you guys have done in past years or are doing this year maybe. I've seen people make homemade candles or soap. This year we've received a jar of ingredients to do like a simmer pot, and last year we got a little jar of homemade vanilla, and it had instructions on it that you could refill the bottle with vodka as the year went on. But since we're not a family who drinks, I thought it might be strange to have a bottle of vodka laying around. I say that, but my husband's French and his family was not a stranger to having wine around for cooking, so maybe it wouldn't be weird. I've also seen for gifts both like bath bombs or jams or really anything pickled or preserved, but I've never been able to decide on something that I felt like I could repeat and make it a tradition every year. My parents used to be the Martinelli family, and we would just put a bow on a billion bottles of cider every year and take it to everyone we knew. What does your family do, or what would you like to do that would just be an awesome gift for the season that just felt personalized to you and your family? Alright, we are on to the next day doing salt dough ornaments, homemade marshmallows, and jam thumbprint cookies. It was a busy day. I was so excited to do my version of these salt dough ornaments, and they didn't work out, but it isn't for lack of trying. The actual style and concept would have worked just fine, but I botched it on the size of the hole needed to thread a little twine through them, and they were ultimately unusable. I think I'll try to do them again, but better next time. My goal was to be able to have each kid make their own snowflake backed with their name for each extended family that we have. Ultimately, it didn't work out, but the kids enjoyed doing it just the same, and I thought they turned out pretty cute despite my silly mistake. Next was the marshmallows. These were supposed to be topped with red candy canes, but there were none at the store, surprisingly, so we went with blue. The kids loved it because it looked like glistening snow. We used veggie shape cutters to cut out little marshmallow shapes so that we could store them in our hot chocolate jars. But next year's, I think we will make bigger shapes with our larger Christmas cookie cutters just so that we can really see what they look like. They're not so obvious in the ones that we made. Then came our last project, the jam thumbprint cookies. These went so quickly. The kids learned the term assembly line and were very proud of themselves for their teamwork. It was a good end to our activities that day because it was such a quick payoff. Then came our last day of projects that started with making Christmas cards. The cards in the Wondergarten curriculum look so fancy, but we don't have cedar branches anywhere near us, so I broke out anything I could find that was Christmassy and told the kids to get to it. Stamps, stickers, confetti, and markers. The perfect Christmas storm. We couldn't finish the letters in a boring way, so I broke out our wax seal kit for the first time and we just went for it. It was a lot of fun for the kids. They couldn't believe we had a miniature oven to melt that wax in. They loved mixing colors just to see what happened, and it felt like a special little touch on each letter. Finally, we gathered up everything we had done and basketed them. The only thing missing was unfortunately the ornaments that didn't work out, but we had made some almond biscotti in the weeks prior, so we packaged some of our leftovers of that up to share with the family. The kids have been telling their extended family for the past day that they have a secret surprise for them and that they're really excited about it, and I'm so happy to see them ecstatic about giving everything away that they worked so hard on. Our next video will be a look into the cozy, quiet week in celebration of Christmas. We're slowing down a bit to enjoy the slow, wintry weather that is hitting 78 here today. Regardless, we're trying to enjoy some family time, and I'd love for you to join us there before we dive deep into the post-holiday winter activities that await us. See you in the next video.